Oh, hey there. Pierce from the Ope-Eh three-way here. Welcome to the Ope-Eh three-way. This is my version of the intro. We're trying something new today. Brandon doesn't have a beer. And unfortunately, Donnie is not feeling well, so he's not here with me. But we got Brandon. Brandon, how you doing today?
I am beerless. I am Donnie-less. But welcome to the Ope Three-Way. It's episode 61. Woo! We're still carrying on, boy.
61. It is going to be a short one. And that's not because Donnie's not here. Donnie, we hope you're feeling better. We'll see you
Yes,
next
sir.
week, hopefully. It's because we only had Saturday night's main event this weekend. There's not much to go over. I got a short on this day, but it was a very fun Saturday night's main event. It was a good watch. I think in the scope of things, I might be going a little hyperbolic here, not to steal your thunder, but in the scope of
like
things,
you didn't already steal my thunder with your intro. Never mind.
We
Continue.
did have a discussion about it.
We did. We agreed like gentlemen.
I will say, I think, like I said, I might be a bit hyperbolic, but I think it's the best Saturday night's main event they've had since they brought it back.
Yeah, they took out the 80s aesthetic, though. That was the only thing that bothered me.
They don't need it. They got to bring it to the new age, and they didn't have Jesse Ventura. Maybe it makes some sense they didn't go 80s with it. But if you agree or disagree with that, you can talk to us and tweet us back. Tell us we're stupid or we're smart. At Ope_A3_way at X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and you can see the new episodes on YouTube and Spotify, like always. But I think it's time to go to the past. I am not going to sing this time. We're going to hope we don't get copyright struck, and this maybe gets picked up by my microphone. We'll see what happens, but we'll see.
Wonderful. Beautiful.
We're going to jump back to 1994. No, ECW to November to Remember. Redacted earns his nickname of the Crippler during a match with Sabu, where Sabu would break his neck.
Oofda. Sure, Sabu didn't break his own neck in that?
It was a backdrop.
I'd have to double back.
It was a backdrop, and Sabu went up and did not flip and went straight down.
So Sabu did not flip.
I think he may have under or over rotated. I don't know. I'm not a wrestler. I don't want to say.
I mean, it's Sabu, so that's why I say it could be a coin toss, right? Or a flip of a coin or a Sabu.
Suicidal, genocidal, homicidal, death-defying maniac, and he defied death by surviving a neck break there. So
apparently,
2001, The Rock would defeat Christopher Jericho on Raw for the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. I believe he was the last WCW World Champion in WWE.
Before the Undisputed logo?
Before the Undisputed, yeah.
I think that's correct, yeah, because he did beat, as we all know, The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin the same night. And I know that Stone Cold was not WCW champion at that time.
Nope, he was WWF champ.
Yep, so that clears it.
And then we'll jump ahead 5 years, 2006, in an event they think that they need to bring back due to the state of the world right now, Cyber Sunday, the first ever one.
Mm-hmm.
After replacing Taboo Tuesday, because why were they doing pay-per-views on Tuesday? It took place in Cincinnati,
almost taboo.
Ohio. Yeah.
Almost, Hey, maybe something to that. Marketing.
In the main event, King Booker would retain his World Heavyweight Championship against WWE Champion John Cena and ECW Champion The Big Show. The title that was defended on was the fan vote, and they overwhelmingly voted for the World Heavyweight Championship. I think ECW was the second most votes, but I think the sway for that is John Cena was the face, King Booker, and the Big Show were heels, so that makes sense. The finish is kind of infamous when I'm saying this with big old quotes. Celebrity Kevin Federline would hit Cena with the title.
At the time, man. It was a different time then, K-Fed was a
F-list celebrity at best.
He was Britney Spears' husband, man. Britney Spears?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Britney Spears was a fucking A-list, but Kevin Federline was an F-list at best.
Yeah, he drove her nuts. Why do you think she shaved her head? Well, I mean, amongst, the myriad of other things we found out about later, but He was definitely
won't
at the
go
time.
that
People were
far,
like,
but
"Oh no, that's him. He's doing something."
we won't
But
go that far. But
no.
also, happy birthday to Roxanne Perez, 24, and just killing it
Wow.
right now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're getting on that nice upward trajectory. Still waiting to see her entrance on Raw. I think this will have been about, to my recollection, week like 26 without seeing a Roxanne Perez entrance on Monday Night Raw. You ever notice that whenever they start to show the match card? It's a what?
That's a
It's
half
a half.
year.
It has it not been that long? I
She's
swear to
only been
God.
on Raw since the beginning of April. She was in the chamber, but she was not a Raw superstar at that point.
So the beginning of April. So that would have been
And not 26 weeks ago.
7 months.
Oh, no.
It's November.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's a very long time. I'll say that. I have not. I've seen her entrance with her new Judgment Day music all of one time, and I think they were still working out the kinks in her entrance with Raquel. But since then, they are like, well, Roxanne and Raquel are coming up next, and it's always after they come back from commercial. I don't know. I don't watch it on. I haven't watched it on international yet. What's weird? I have had a VPN now for 2-3 weeks. And I've maybe watched one episode of SmackDown this whole time because I've just been so busy.
I try and watch every week. I only really tuned in last week for the Ilya and Nathan Frazier match, which was fucking incredible. Shout out to
Oh, I'm so glad I jumped in on that. That was a 20 out of 10.
They got 3 commercial breaks. It was fucking great. Gave it the time it needed. Now I guess we're going to see Ilya versus Tommaso Ciampa this week, so sign me the fuck up.
I'd be there for that.
But we're going to talk about Saturday night's main event. It happened last Saturday, November 1st in Salt Lake City, Utah at the Delta Center. I don't have an attendance figure, but it looked like it was a packed house. I mean, every match was a title match. There was a dark match. Bailey defeated Raquel Rodriguez, so shout out to Bailey.
Right.
But in the opening match, Cody Rhodes would defeat Drew McIntyre. Had he got disqualified or counted out, he would have lost the title. 18 minutes, 45 seconds. I thought it was a good match. These guys weirdly don't have that good of chemistry, but it worked in this match. That being said, I get why Cody won. He's QB1. He's the face of the company, but they got to take some swings. Giving Drew a cup of coffee with this championship. Have him hold it till Saturday night's main event in December. Give him a 1-month reign. Something. Even hold it to the Royal Rumble. It just makes Drew just look stupid.
I agree. It's hard to watch Drew in this condition, man. Like you go to Raw, you get your shot at the world title for a second, and then you lose it in the cash in, and then you spend the next close to a year chasing it, don't get it, then you show up on SmackDown and you start jumping in with feuds with guys like Priest and like Sheamus, I believe I'm trying to think of who's in that triple there. Oh, it's Fatu. It's Jacob Fatu.
Jacob Fatu. Like, he's had a lot of fun feuds. He's still week to week, I think, the most consistent character and in the WWE.
I don't know if it's the way that you feel about him, but when I was watching that match with Cody, and I get where they're going with, trying to have him taunt his dad like everybody does. And I get them playing both. I don't think they play enough on their shared history where they both, and maybe that's coming up for match 3, which I hope we get. I hope they continue to try to build on this. Because when you take into account the fact that they both have a very kind of a similar story upon leaving the WWE, albeit they left on different terms, one from the other, and then they both come back after they effectively reinvented themselves and they took the indie scene by storm. I say indie because, Cody's been to like NWA, Ring of Honor, New Japan, more stand out than your average indie. He certainly was. Yes, he was. That's for sure. But I mean, he had some standout promotions that he participated in, and then Drew, I'd say more in that vein, but he was, taking over ICW. He made that promotion very relevant for the time that he was there. Just completely brought himself back. And then they both come back, and you would think with them having that odd relationship and that odd trivia factor, them both being tag champs too, in a time where it's again like you're like, what the fuck
You know
is
who they
WWE
lost
doing
those
with either of
titles
these
to?
guys? I'm trying to remember. It wasn't Hart Dynasty. I know that.
No, it was John Cena and David Otunga.
Oh Christ!
When
I think I remember that. I think I
was
do remember that.
deep in the Nexus feud, which was a whole nother episode. We could talk about that. But
Yeah, deep into like random tag pairings would later become tag champs. That WWE just really has a weird inconsistency about
not
booking tag teams.
WWE. It was fucking Vince. He didn't like tag team wrestling.
I mean, even now too, you get some oddballs, but like,
I guess
right, not to the
AJ
same
and
degree. But
Dragon Lee are to a point, but they had some story built up for their tag match, and
yeah,
I mean, yeah, but
stylistically, they complement each other real good too. But
yeah,
yeah, just back to it.
shine
It's
on
just like,
Dragon Lee, and it gets him away from. I hate to say this, but it's the Rey Mysterio vortex.
yeah,
That's not a shot at Rey. It's just every time that there's a new sparkly luchador, stick him with Rey. It's a terrible idea.
or compare him to Ray every chance you get. Hey, did you know that Rey Mysterio said that Dragon Lee is the future of Lucha Libre? Had you heard that?
Yeah.
Apart from the other 52 times that we've already heard that from Michael Cole.
Just keep pushing it and keep pushing it. Just let Dragon Lee be himself because he's fucking, for lack of a better term, phenomenal.
I mean, he is. He very much is. Did you see the sweet Ryu? Kind of on a brief tangent, did you see the sweet Ryu armband that he had this Monday in reference to his name in New Japan
was
as a
way
Super
too
Junior?
tired to even focus on anything.
Oh, I mean, it was there. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah,
Check
but you
it
gotta
out.
remember, man, I told you and Donnie about this. I drove 3 hours. I woke up at 4:40, drove 3 hours to my other office, had a 3-hour meeting, and then drove 3 hours home and had to finish up work. So it was very.
Oh, that's shiesty.
I was fried, man.
I can't say I blame you, but if you catch a replay, just peek it.
Speaking of frying, Jade Cargill defeated Tiffany Stratton in 5.5 minutes to win the WWE Women's Championship. Holy shit. This was fucking great. This is the best, and that's not on Jade's booking or anything, but this was the best thing they've done with her since her debut, like since the Rumble 2024.
Yeah, can't argue with it. I mean, it'll be very interesting too to see how Jade portrays herself as the top champion, not TBS champ, not anything in the mid card. She is at the spot where you would picture a woman like Jade Cargill to be in a pro wrestling organization. And she's done some work. She still could use some work, but that's not to say that she is not deserving of a championship reign at this point. Like Tiffany Stratton, I give her credit, 300 plus days as champion, 302 if I recall correctly, ever since losing on Saturday. But man,
just a moment.
That reign got just so stale by, I'd say, like SummerSlam, if not maybe even a little before. Yeah. I don't know, man. Tiffany Stratton, and that's not to say she won't come back from this. I believe wholeheartedly that she will. I mean, they already sold it as like she's got the leg injury, right? The knee injury specifically. Jade actually played some psychology and worked that as opposed to just powering her around, right? So there's reason to believe that there could be a rematch somewhere down the line when Tiffany's all healed up.
Not right away, please. Like
no, give it time.
This way too much. That's the thing with Tiffany's reign. She just wasn't that believable as a face, unfortunately. She was still very popular. I mean, she got pops. She was still 302 days. I looked it up. It's exact number. There's a reason she got that. And it's just unfortunate that she got put in just the most shallow women's division in WWE and that they did not bring anybody up to that level for her to face. Like even
very easily could have.
In like the heyday of the Ruthless Aggression era, you'd get random pop-ins from the mid-card for the WWE Championship. Hardcore Holly had a WWE Championship match at the Royal Rumble. Like,
yes, she did.
Eddie Guerrero, he was super popular, but he probably wasn't WWE Championship caliber until he got his Brock feud. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
JBL, like they got to build people up. They have to have a defined mid card and a defined upper card, and then you have to build people up. They just are not doing that on SmackDown, and I fully blame the booking.
It's just interesting too because you have this quantity of great female competitors who are still in NXT, still languishing around. I'd hate to use the word languish because it makes it seem like they're just like doing absolutely nothing down there. But we don't need Jordan Grace down in NXT. We don't need Blake Monroe hanging around being North American champion for very long.
She's only been in NXT for like 6 months. Let's pump the brakes on that. Let it breathe. There's a reason Trick Williams is not on the main roster yet. Not that he's not ready. A lot of these people are ready, but we got to let them breathe a little bit, understand.
Well, when you look at,
and then bring them up to the main roster.
Well, I mean, Trick was coming off of like virtually no experience. He wasn't a wrestler per se prior to getting into the Performance Center.
There's wrestling and there's WWE wrestling. They got to learn the WWE way because
I don't
as much as they don't say sports entertainment that much anymore, it still is sports entertainment. You know what I mean?
But this isn't okay. So this is not to speak any sort of ill of Stephanie Vaquera, but do you believe she's more ready for the main roster and for world titles than, like, say, Jordan Grace?
Yes.
I mean, the fact that Jordan Grace is not on the main roster right now is just a head scratcher in my mind.
Yeah, but it's probably because she wants to be in NXT.
If that's the case, then I suppose fine. But if you need,
a lot of this is people saying, "Hey, I want to go here right now,"
and also too bearing in mind, the fact that they've also said too with NXT, you're only allotted so much time. So I don't know how much grace, no pun intended, they're trying to give people who are saying, I want to stay in NXT. Because if you're saying you want to just stay in NXT, then that's effectively them saying, I'm kind of giving you the boundary of my career here. Like, and again, with Jordan Grace too, I can understand if there was someone like Trick Williams saying that, or someone like, for example, like Kelani Jordan, right? But I can't see someone like Jordan Grace who's already been, around, and she's been Knockouts champion, and she's had tons of experience on broadcasts. I don't understand how it is that she gets to say.
TNA broadcasts and WWE broadcasts are very different. You have to remember that. They have to learn. And I'm not saying Jordan's not ready, because she 1,000% is, but she could also just be saying, I want to have an extended run here, help these younger women, and then come up to the main roster and then do her thing there.
But I don't know, but they have people down there for that. You know what I mean? I cannot believe that they don't have good coaches.
You're also looking at it from the fan point of view. You're not looking at it from the wrestler point of view. You have to remember there's probably a reason she's not on the main roster, and it may just be her saying, I don't want to go yet. And that's completely fine.
I mean, hopefully if that's the case, she don't shoot herself in the foot and, put a mark on herself. Because again, like you were saying, like SmackDown's women's division has just been very shallow for this entire calendar year, damn near. And
again, you can say that's on NXT people not being brought up from NXT, but that's also on the booking of SmackDown. SmackDown's booking this year has been fucking atrocious. Like, it's not been good. It's been good the past month, but 1 month of good TV is not enough to say, yep, this has been a great year for SmackDown.
And you really can't play a great game of chess with half a board either. You know what I mean? If you're missing pieces, there's only so many moves you can make before it just starts to become repetitive and redundant. That's my thing with it.
Look at SmackDown's booking.
That's what I'm saying. But again, you can attribute that to a couple of different things. You contribute to, like you said, the quality of the booking, the quality of the booker, but also to just the lack of quantity that you have in the division, because you can only run it so many times.
To fix SmackDown right now, but
for sure, maybe that could be an episode.
Dominic Mysterio defeated Penta and Rusev in a triple threat match, 12.5 minutes to retain the WWE Intercontinental Championship. Donnie was correct. This was fine. I thought this was a very fun match. Rusev did not get buried. I want to say that right now. He did not win. This is probably the most clean loss he's taken in his series with Dom. and that's fine because it still wasn't that clean. Either of these men could have taken a pin. Any of the three. And now that they're going to Dom versus Ray, which could be Ray's retirement match, very, very well could be, it makes sense that he retain. And Rusev cut a fucking hell of a promo on the international broadcast. I don't know if you got a chance to look at. He's got to go back to his past to figure out his future. Maybe that's an appearance from Lana. Maybe that's the return of Rusev Day. There's going to be, this is the evolution of Rusev, and it's fine that he's not Intercontinental Champion. It's fine he took the pin. And out of the 3 losses, like I said, this is the most clean because there was no DQ, which Dom, I guess, didn't fucking know when he tried to.
Which is great.
He hit me with the chair. And the ref's like, what the fuck?
No, Dom, you gotta go.
I loved the bit with the ring bell. They've used that before, and it sucked. 2015 Undertaker versus Rock. It was bad. But here, it was awesome. That was some... Dom is like the smartest dumbass I've ever seen.
He's deceptively smart. He wants you to think that there's nothing to him. But
but he's also stupid at some points.
At some points, yes. But, you can be... That's why they call them savants. Like it looks like they didn't all there, but then you hear him play piano, and then you just see their fingers go to work, and you're like, oh, it's like right up in here. It's right in this part of the brain.
It's very much like he's stupid and he's smart at the same time. That's why I'm saying smartest dumbass. I think that works for Dom.
He's aloof. We'll say that about him.
And I mean, he's still one of the most over people in the company. Rusev and Penta are still very over. Like, yeah, it sucks that Rusev got the pin, but like, it is what it is. He's not buried. He's fine. He's gonna be fine.
It's just such a slingshot. It's like a big swing of the pendulum where you have him having this massive series with Sheamus where they're just kicking each other's asses every single week and for what's like 2 months. And then they have the big payoff where Rusev is tapping Sheamus out after like brutalizing him. And then directly after that, he's thrust into the Intercontinental Championship picture where he should be. And then 3 straight losses to Dom. And he's made to look like this doofus, which, right. He's never been promoted as a Mensa scholar, right? He's never been a Rhodes Scholar. He's never been in the Mensa charter. He's never been a Harvard grad. He's a big fucking Bulgarian brute. And that's what we love about him. But damn, it's so hard to see that.
Being a bit hyperbolic on it. It's okay. Like
it's not hyperbolic. It's the fact. It's a hard swing, dude.
If there's like this thing about you, and I love you, man, you do get a bit hyperbolic on some things.
I'm very passionate about my Lord and Savior, the Redeemer, Rusev specifically.
But I mean, he's
being agnostic. I can't.
Fine. Like, maybe he takes a little break. He comes back, kills some people. He'll be fine.
That's still a hard swing. I don't like hard swings. It's hard to process the fact that he's killing Sheamus and then Dom's just kind of like giving smacks on the ass every week and he's just like, just.
Well, let's look at it. He got hit in the head with a fucking hammer.
Yes.
He got kicked in the balls and then hit in the head with a hammer. And then he got hit in the head with a hammer again, right?
I mean, there might have been 3. Were there 2 hammer hits? I feel like it was 2.
It was 2.
In any case,
he got hit in the head with a fucking hammer.
He did.
That will, in real life, that kills people.
It does more often than not.
Like, we gotta remember, wrestling is fucking theater.
I just want Rusev as Intercontinental Champion, man. That's all I want.
It might happen, it might not. He's 40. He could just be having some fun right now, and that's completely fine.
Oh, Rusev. Crossing fingers. He's in terrific shape. He is a brute. He just needs gold. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
That kind of brutality should be rewarded.
He'll get it eventually. And Speaking of gold, CM Punk defeated Jey Uso in the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship. It was a vacant title. Obviously, Seth Rollins is hurt. Get well, Seth. 21 minutes. I need to say something that I saw something on Twitter yesterday that was just fucking ridiculous. I think the hate for Jey Uso, I understand it to a point, but there's also like the Super IWC, which is fucking ridiculous. Somebody posted a picture with Jay with some kids saying, "This is who you're hating on." You know, fine picture. One of the comments brought up a certain Austrian man not named Gunther and said that person had kids too. If you are equating Jey Uso to fucking Hitler, what
Like,
the fuck is wrong with you?
That's just cheek, man. I can't believe anyone would make a comment like that in seriousness. You know what I mean? That's a valid question. What the fuck is wrong? Very valid.
Got himself organically over in the bloodline with his work with Roman. Yeah, he got drunk.
Heavy hype.
So what? He rode that momentum and was having packed arenas and still is having packed arenas fucking dance with him. Yeah. Yeet. Oh, it's dumb. It's stupid. Who cares? It got him to the world title. And that may be his only world title. And that's fine. He got himself there after 15 years of tag team wrestling. He got himself organically over and booked well enough to win the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania. Could he have won it Saturday? Yeah, it was a fucking great match. There were a couple miscommunications, but that's fine. That happens in wrestling. But like, people are just taking this to the fucking nth degree, and I'm sick of it. I'm super happy CM Punk won. My favorite wrestler of all time is getting a world title run when he's 47 and still having one of the best runs of his career. Like,
arguably, yeah.
If he didn't have that 7 years off, I don't think we'd be seeing Punk wrestle right now.
Probably not.
And not seeing him wrestle week to week. Like, we're seeing CM Punk in 2025 at 47 doing some of the best work of his career. And yeah, is Jay on the level of CM Punk? Probably not, but he's still one of the most over people on Raw.
Probably not.
It makes sense to put fucking CM Punk and Jey Uso there. Could it have been LA Knight? Sure. Could it have been Dom? Sure. I don't think it fucking mattered. CM Punk was going to win the title anyway. Like, I think people need to calm the fuck down. Like, I am so annoyed with this ridiculous amount of over hyperbolic hate. Like,
there is a line. I would not equate Jey Uso to Hitler in most any capacity.
I know you don't like Jay, and that's completely fine. You don't have to like him. He's still he's still super popular. He's not everybody's cup of tea, and that's fine. But if you're gonna put him in that fucking conversation, respectfully,
that's bizarre.
Not respectfully, go fuck yourself.
That's bizarre, man. And I'll say this about Jay. I feel like he's fortunate that Jimmy is so gracious, and the fact that Jimmy also has, not to diss Jimmy for, we all make mistakes, right? But you got to believe that there is that lack of trust perhaps that exists with the WWE to push Jimmy to that level where he can represent on a global stage when you're being barred from certain places for mistakes that you made, right? Like, that was kind of always my thought, was like, Jimmy had the phrase, Jimmy had the original beef with Roman. Jimmy was the one who originally turned on Roman, albeit Jay came along and Jay had his own arc with that too, right? But Jimmy has gotten nowhere near the same kind of shine that Jay has. Nowhere near. And that's not to diminish.
Injured a lot in the past 5 years.
Sure, yeah, you can
started with Jimmy being hurt,
Yeah, and you probably couldn't throw that in there as a third variable too. But like, man, when you consider like all the qualities that Jimmy brings, and you put him even up to Jay, like they might be, you can argue for separate or different but equal, right? Like, but Jimmy's just got stuff that I feel like Jay doesn't intrinsically possess. Like Jimmy just has a different confidence and swagger on the mic that Jay does, in my opinion. He's every bit as talented, if not more so, in the ring. Again, my opinion. But right, you just got those things that just kind of hold him back, and it's suck. And Jimmy's got Naomi, he's got the kid on the way, which is great for him. Very glad that he's going to be a father and joining up in that with the whole family, right? But just in ring, man, I feel like Jimmy's got to have his due coming.
He
Some
will.
points,
He will.
I got to believe at some point.
I just think the fucking ridiculousness that I saw in the past 2 weeks about Jay needed to be addressed. I know he's not your cup of tea. He's not everybody's, and that's fine. But there's a reason they put him in that match. Not many other people on the roster can get people just fucking on their feet as quick as Jay from his entrance.
Do you feel like an LA Knight versus CM Punk match would not have done as well?
I don't know. I think it would have been a lot harder to pick a winner. I know we kind of said there's the option of the Jay heel turn, which I still think is on the table and could be a lot of fun. But it would have been a harder match to call because I think in that sense, CM Punk probably should not have won.
If Jay would have turned.
If Jay would have turned, Jay should have won. It's simple as that. But if it was LA Knight versus CM Punk, I think LA Knight should have went over.
Well, and look at kind of the track that Jade carved for herself. Look at her social media when she lost to Tiffany Stratton back at SummerSlam. Y'all win, right? Isn't that exactly what she said? And then look at Jay, same shit with Jay. So I got to feel like we're going to be seeing something coming from him real soon. I feel like this has kind of been building, whether it builds to another world title run with Jay as a heel or as, who knows, the fucking head of the Vision at this point, right? With Heyman chirping in his ear about shit again. Jay with his own stable would be interesting, especially after how much time both Braun and Bronson have spent just whipping the piss out of Jay amongst Roman and LA Knight and CM Punk. But I don't know. That'd be a weird faction, but could I get behind it? Maybe.
It would take some time, but I just think we need to bring up the fact that this hate for Jay, is some of it warranted? Absolutely. I get it. Is the fucking reaction that I saw in the past 3 days what it needed to be? Nope.
No. I mean, that one in particular was definitely a lot. And I mean, and I get why people are pissed off because, I mean, I feel like more than anything, I've seen the label Nepo Baby thrown around as it pertains to Jay because you consider all the chances he gets. You consider the fact that, and I think maybe we brought this up last week, that Jay got pinned by Punk and then all of a sudden Seth gets hurt. And now we put Jay back into a match with Punk, a guy who already beat Jay to earn a shot at this title.
I get that, but it's at the same time, if they're not doing it with Braun, who could take the loss? Jay.
I mean, probably
take the loss. LA Knight.
I mean,
we can argue this to the moon, but like it was the right choice for these two, and they put on a fucking great match.
Yeah, it was all right. I mean, Punk. I think didn't Punk paintbrush or give Jay some shit for fucking up a neck breaker?
Fucked up a neck breaker and Punk
a spear.
Just like that spear from Punk was rough, but like it was.
They were just trying shit at some point.
I still think it did what it needed to do. I think it was a worthy main event match.
For Saturday night's main event, sure. I'll give it that. And I feel like this Saturday night's main event was coming into it. There was a lot of hype and expectation behind it because, right, you had Dom's Intercontinental Championship reign, which I think a good number of us thought was going to come to an end. Obviously being one of them. I mean, you had Drew and Cody. Yeah. Yeah. And like Drew and Cody, right? Like Drew and Cody. The thing about that, and I just circling back to that match with Drew, man, I don't know. It's something about that match and the way Drew's kind of been pushing stuff. Like, it didn't feel like he was really like being projected to be a WWE champion level wrestler over the last bit. Like the way he's coming off at Cody, it didn't feel like the stakes were high enough, even with the changing contract. I don't know. And then too, like
there, I think for what it's worth for the Saturday night's main events since they've been brought back, this was probably the best one.
yeah, I mean, for what they've done so far, like it can across the board, I'll say that's true. I believe when didn't they not have Kevin versus Cody in the ladder match was Saturday night's main event as well, right?
That was
I want to say that was the Rumble. My bad. I could have sworn they had a Saturday night's main event.
I remember that.
They had an SNME match as well, too, though. That was when the Winged Eagle came back.
That's where Cody brought the Winged Eagle back, and then
that's what I thought. That was a good Saturday night's main event.
Yeah, but I think from top to bottom, this one exceeds it.
Yeah, I'll say that's true.
What are we rating it?
Taking everything into account, I don't know. Drew, Cody didn't move me. I was a little irritated at the Dom finish. Jade was what it was going to be. And Jay Punk. No Chris Jericho.
They didn't. Jericho did not.
They didn't pull the plug.
I am so just. I don't want to see Jericho versus Punk, especially not in a world title program.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably worse, but there's definitely a lot better, especially now.
Jericho back in WWE? Absolutely. I think it's time for him to go back. He is.
Yeah.
I don't want to be rude, but like overstate his welcome in AEW.
Yeah. You can only be 2-time Ring of Honor world champion with a learning tree so many times.
That means nothing.
Well, it means something to me. And look back and say, hey, did you know Chris Jericho was 2-time Ring of Honor world champion?
It's a footnote, man.
I can say, yeah, that was in that. It counts towards the record. For the record, he is the Nueve.
He is the Nueve.
But so we'll see about
1 to 10.
It would have been a 10 if Jericho was going for a number 10. But since he was not there, like 7.
I think I'm at an 8. I think all matches, sans the opener, delivered to what they needed to. I really like the Jay Punk match. I think it was high energy. There was a lot of fun. Were there some moments that were a little of course, but like I think it was a worthy world title match. I think it was a worthy main event. Dom winning due to being the smartest dumbass is fun. Jade murdering Tiffany was great. And then I wish the opener would have done so. They got to take swings, man. They got to take swings. That's the whole thing with WWE. And I know we said we were kind of going short. I don't want to end the episode here yet. I've been seeing a lot of discourse saying we need to bring Vince back. WWE sucks now. Can we just say that is WWE 2025 great? No. Is it good?
No.
Yeah, I would say so. But like, is it bad? Absolutely not. I would take 2025 over end of 2014 to 2022. Any day of the fucking week.
Yeah. I think that's a pretty big time period, though.
People are acting like Vince in his last 10 years was fucking God. Are we acting like the week to week was good? Because it wasn't.
I almost tuned out, not going to lie. Because it was just that bad.
For a bit, I did due to a certain partnership for something that happened in 2018. We don't have to go into that. We can talk about that off cast. I think you know what I'm talking about. Like,
yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I feel like.
The week to week was shit. There were a couple of bright spots. I mean, 2017 Braun Strowman, where he murdered everybody, was fucking hysterical. Kofi Mania, Yeselmania, like there was a lot of good, but
yeah, there was
quite more bad.
Yeah.
And we need to have a discussion about that because, like, we don't have to go too far into it, but like for right now, we got a month left in the year. We got the Ope-Eh Awards coming up in December. If you were to rate WWE 2025 on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you putting it?
2025?
Yeah, the entire year.
Oh, that's tough. It definitely, I think we got spoiled by 2024. So I was looking through that lens, right? There's that recency bias that's involved. Standing alone, man, fuck. I don't know. I mean, overall, WWE. No, we're not counting. We're not counting NXT, are we?
No, just main roster.
Just main roster. Okay. Hmm. I honestly, I'd say probably about like a 6 or a 7 too. Like it.
Right, and that's exactly.
It hasn't moved me. I'm just
there have been great moments. There's been some shock. I mean, Cena's heel turn is a top 2 heel turn all time. Jay winning the Rumble, even if you didn't like it, was a good shock because nobody expected it. Like WrestleMania night 1 and night 2 had a lot of amazing moments. Did the finish of night 2 leave sour taste in people's mouths? Yes, me included. But like, are we going to sit there and act like this has been a bad year for WWE? Like, it hasn't.
Not overall categorically bad, but we certainly, as example, last year have had a lot better.
If you want to see bad WWE, go to 1995, go to between 2017 and 2022, and watch the week to week, and tell me what was good. Like, list it out. Because I just gave you 3 things, but that's about all I can give you. Because we had champion Brock Lesnar being gone forever, and the Universal title, which was already a dislike title, getting lower and lower in the fans' minds. WWE did not start getting good again until Roman came back in 2020. That's it.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, and they had to change it up, and they focused more on like the cinematography of things, and you were really able to do a lot with Roman in that context, right? Like it was a big time experiment with a big time payoff, and I mean, and right, and like I think that was one of those things that was in the back of people's minds too. Like, how is it that we had not taken advantage of the Anawati family being this fucking powerhouse stable? Like, you have the Usos right there, you have Roman right there.
You have to look at it from Roman saying, Vince, let Paul book me and watch how good this will be. And Vince,
which makes me very curious.
We're lucky. Brock comes back in 2021, which I don't care for Brock and Roman. They had 2 good matches. That was it. You know what one of those matches was supposed to be? Day 1. You know it was on the books and planned? Brock beating Roman for the Universal title.
That would have been something.
We are lucky that Roman got COVID. Like, I don't want to say, like, oh, yeah, let's be happy he got COVID, because it's not. He's immunocompromised. Could have been terrible. But, like, if that did not happen, Roman's reign would have ended at, what, 550? Something like that?
Yeah, it would have been over under probably like about a week or 2 around Brock's reign when he was Universal Champ, because his reign, I believe, was 500 and change.
And you know what would have been really bad? Brock being Universal Champion with Roman having to come back and probably turn face in 2022.
Overcome the odds.
You know who probably would have won the Rumble in 2022? Roman.
Probably.
Which the 2022 Rumble is like categorically a top 2 worst Rumble.
The shites, yeah.
I think I'm glad you indulged me on this, Brandon, because I think it's worth the conversation, because people are just, I've said hyperbolic a lot, but people are so hyperbolic right now, and we got to
about everything, right?
And fucking breathe.
Yeah, no, Vince, and what was the one thing too? People are trying to say that the whole rumor behind Triple H not being in Gorilla during Saturday night's main event. Well, who's running the show? You know, imagine he does some of this shit. That was my best little Vince walk. Maybe.
People are saying Vince is going to be at Saturday night's main event next month, which he very much could. And
dude, I would be very surprised if he wasn't.
Some people watching WWE. I mean, Brock coming back. Some people are like, "Yep, I'm done watching. Don't want to," which I get. Like, it's understandable, and if that's how you're feeling, more power to you. But the people saying that WWE is shit right now are just wrong.
I mean, yeah, no, I wouldn't take Vince booking back in a million fucking years. As where it is, Triple H was never going to ride the high. He got in at a good place at a good time. It was all very serendipitous with that. Like leading up to WrestleMania 40, that was one of like the easiest things, maybe the hardest to carry out due to backlash that might have been potentially associated, like where we all had to wait for Cody to get crowned. But it's really one of the easiest things to book if you're willing to have the people with the patience and the wherewithal to write stuff that well out and to somehow keep Cody relevant and to keep people interested in Roman's reign, even though they knew it was going to last a whole other year.
I get there's some Cody fatigue right now, and I understand it. And like, I'm feeling it. I love Cody Rhodes as champion, but I would have liked Drew to win. But like, we have to look at this from the perspective of like the booking, which we're armchair bookers. We don't know shit. But like, they have a face of the company who is still over as a face and being just a pure good guy. He has some shades of gray to him, but he's more blue-eyed fucking America than anybody else. Like,
yeah.
Do you know how hard that is in the 2020s and even the 2010s and the 2000s?
The white meat baby face kind of look.
It's not something that's around anymore. Like, look at AEW's champion. Hangman Adam Page is not a white meat baby face. He's an anti-hero at best. He's a damn good anti-hero. I've been saying he's one of my favorite characters in wrestling because he's so layered. Cody doesn't have that many layers. He has, I finished my story, and now I'm going to continue to write my own. Like, that's his whole character right now, and that's fine.
But then, too, like, you run the risk of, like, kind of being, like, I think of, like, as a parallel from more recent times, like Hiroshi Tanahashi, right? Now, he was kind of the same thing, and that's where a guy like Kazuchika Okada comes along and beats him, and everybody's celebrating. Because you've had Tanahashi who just comes out week after week, and he does the air guitar shtick, and he's got the hair and the abs and all that shit. But even with all that, man, he still just was boring as shit. Great wrestler, was putting on great matches, great look. People liked him. But a lot of people really fucking hated that he was champ because he was just doing the same type shit every fucking title match.
A good villain to make a good hero. And Kazuchika Okada is the reason why their feud is so celebrated. And it's
which makes you wonder who they're going to put against Cody as a foil in this case. Because if it ain't Drew...
I mean, we got time to speculate that.
I'm sure.
We'll figure something out. We'll talk about it at the end of the year. But I think that's a good ending point. I think I'm glad you indulged me on that, Brandon. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. Oh, for sure. That's what we do.
I got nothing else. Do you have anything else you want to bring up for today?
Yeah, sorry about them Jays, Donnie.
Yeah,
hopefully
fuck the Dodgers.
You got a World Series,
like fuck the Dodgers.
World Series fatigue just got the better of you. But I mean, got the best of all of us. I was fucking hooting and hollering in my corner bar.
I'm gonna throw this overlay on here if you don't mind, but like,
ooh, you made us up a piece. Look at that.
It's one of the random ones, so I think it works for the end of the show.
Yeah, I mean, we got us a foothold here. So I mean, if we want to kind of build the old sandcastle, like, let's get her rolling. Absolutely. I like it.
We'll probably be on StreamYard a little more in the future. We'll get into that next week. But I took the intro, so I'm gonna let you do the outro, my friend.
Oh, you're so gracious. Oh, thank you. Well, as always, this has been your favorite podcaster's favorite podcast, the Ope-Eh 3-Way. Let me throw the little sign language gimmick in there for you. Have a beer on us. Not on me. I ain't got a beer. But we'll be seeing you next time. Tune in.